very good afternoon, Dutch bike blogger. Thank you for riding with me. I just left work. I'm on my way to home. Still cloudy, not that hazy as it was this morning. But it's still cold today. I'm going to take a slightly longer route just because I want to. Two traffic wardens, one quite long and the other quite, well, small, doing their job, standing outside all day, directing traffic I did not see. Well, little muddy road. Let's be careful, otherwise maybe we will slip. So let's be careful. It's a cold day. In Holland we call it waterkoud. It's just cold and also quite humid. By humid, it's moisture in the air. That's how it feels. Not something you want. Let's drive over the Paddenpoelsterweg. I drove some this morning when I got to work, not this, but the part where I will be going when I continue this road, and I will because I have to go home. Little headwind, wearing gloves, of course a hat, winter jacket and so on. And hopefully it will be an enjoyable, nice bike ride. that car could have slowed down a bit, but not the kind of road you have to drive fast on. It does somehow feel that it's not completely dry, but it's not rain. What I can feel on my skin feels like snowflakes, but that could very well be mistaken and it's just small rain droplets. Let's hope we're gonna get to home without any troubles like snow or rain. Weather forecast informed me there would not be rain, but well, you know what it is with the weather forecast, it always can change. By the way, when I switched on my camera when I went from work, I noticed that the settings were not correct. I definitely know I used this morning's settings for darkness, and I specifically know that I didn't switch it back. So when I switched on the camera, I saw the settings back to daylight settings. And then I pushed record, and then I thought to myself, well, normally I have a blue light on top of the camera and nothing else. But this time also on the front a blue recording light was flashing. And I specifically know that I switched it off in the settings. So I checked my camera, and guess what? It was set back to default. And default means that the settings are quite different. Low quality, low resolution, short video, it will switch back to a 3-minute video lapse. So it takes 3 minutes, stops for a split second and begins again. Well, that's not something I'm enjoying, so I changed that. Also everything is set to standards. Field of view is switched off. This means it probably is set back to 90 degrees. And I do normally use a field of view of 170 degrees. That sounds like an ambulance. And also some quality settings and whatnot. Lucky enough, I know the basic settings I use. It's in my head, so just switching back some things. Also video file to MP4 to MOV I'm using. The main thing that goes is quality, length of the video, and resolution is standardized, so lower quality, lower bit rate and whatnot. Also the sound is switched to a lower profile. Normally the sound is maximum at 10, and then it switches back to I think 5 or 7 or so. I think 5, which makes for a very well low volume video. But we managed, but not sure why this happened. Date and time was still in the camera correct, so that did not get reset, but everything else did. That's why when you use your camera, always check settings. I did not do that, but probably a good idea to do to check again. And like I said, I specifically checked if the daylight settings were okay, surprising myself, also being surprised that it was already in the correct setting, but I did not see the rest of it. So, well, small problem, got corrected, should be okay. But definitely something to keep in mind to get future hiccups. It's not much fun making a 15 minutes video all in parts of 3 minutes. All the cuts and the edits and the missing footage. Also, like I said, when a file is stopped at 3 minutes, not automatically a new file is started. There is a split second or maybe a second in between. That's also the same way when I use the camera and I use it for a longer time. And then there's the 18-minute mark, 1826 or 1836. It's actually not a time that dictates that, but the amount of data. 3.99 gigabytes, and then it stops for a bit and then gets a new file out. Usually 18 minutes 36 seconds or somewhat around that. Mostly less than more. I do have another camera that doesn't do that. It just stops and restarts the video actually at the same time. And when we rendered it and stick it together, you actually cannot see where one stops and the other begins. And the fact that it's cutting off and beginning a new file is not a problem. The fact that it stops recording, that's a problem. For 1 or 2 seconds. Normally when it stands still, well, nobody notices. But when I'm riding my bike, like for instance I'm blue car, when I would have, at that moment the file would have cut off, because the maximum video footage file size was reached. Then you would see me pointing at a blue car. And a few meters later I would be there on a different location. And that's also not the biggest problem, but when I'm speaking or talking and the file is switching and stopping, then you will notice, because then the one sentence stops in the middle of it, you lose some sentence, part of the sentence, and then I'm continuing again, so that's not really nice for the edit. I'm gonna miss stuff. Sometimes I do not know what I said, so not able to put in a text message or message in the video what I said. So that's a little bit disadvantage of this camera, but on the other hand, when you make shorter videos under 18 minutes, you don't have the problem at all. It's not a big problem, it's just something you have to take in account for this camera. Well, some camera talk. Hope it was somewhat of a clear explanation. Otherwise, maybe you could care less and think to yourself, what is he rambling about? Well, already close to home. Thank you for riding with me. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the description box. I will see you next time. Take care of yourself and, like always, be safe out there.